And so that was if we want to plan better, we should also try and design our systems better. So the picture you're seeing in front of you is actually a scenario which is true to so many treatment plants around the globe. So in this picture, what we are looking at is a fecal sludge treatment plant which was designed for a town, and the capacity decided was around 180 KLD. But the load which comes to the treatment plant since last 1 year or so is less than 10 KLD. So which shows that if we don't plan and design better, we might be overspending or over designing our systems, which is again not a good thing to do. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is if we spend some time and resources in better planning and designing, what we end up is in better sanitation of the city in much shorter time, in much less resources spent. So how do we go about sanitation planning, or where should we start? So today what we are going to cover is so let's look at the cycle first, and then let's see what we can cover today. So first and foremost, I mean, I remember one of my professors used to say that if you want to reach at point B, you should, and to understand the efforts you need to put in to reach that point B, you should know where you are standing right now. If I don't know where I stand right now, I will not be able to calculate the efforts required to kind of start from point A to point B. If I don't know where A is, I will not be able to plan and design for how should I reach to point B. So, so the crux is that if to understand the gaps or to understand uh, what are the resources or what are the efforts and which direction I should put in the efforts. Okay, so requesting everybody to mute yourself only when I ask you can unmute yourself. Okay. All right. So it is very important to understand where I am today. So if I need to plan for my city, I need to plan for enough FSM or wastewater and other things. I should know where I am today, and that is what is citywide assessment. So we're going to cover a couple of tools which can help us to understand where we are right now, so that we can calculate the gaps and then also plan better for the overcoming those shortcomings that the city have. The next step is to also map the stakeholders. And who's a stakeholder? Stakeholder is somebody who can contribute to improvement of the sanitation, if I can in general say, or is going to get affected by the decisions that we make, both ways. So it is important to map the stakeholders and engage the stakeholders, because we strongly believe that if a third party who comes from somewhere else and tells you that this is a good solution for your city, you should not just blindly copy that. It is very, very important that you engage these stakeholders, and stakeholders are either getting affected by your decisions or can contribute to better decision making. So do an analysis where you stand, involve all the relevant stakeholders. These are some of the steps which are relevant to do better planning. And of course, once I've understood the gaps, I have also mapped and discussed the stakeholders. I can shortlist intervention areas, design and plan interventions, and of course, do implementation. So I'm not getting into too much of details of these micro steps. I believe we know these steps, but in general, if we follow this cycle is what can contribute to better planning. So what are we going to do today? So we're going to look at some of the citywide assessment tools, namely shit flow diagram, SaniPath, city service delivery assessment. And also we are going to look at this subtool infrastructure planning. And the good news is that you don't have to look here and there. All these tools are available at one place, which is this website is called www.fsmtoolbox.com. So you can get access to all the tools from this particular web portal.